Aloha, it's Madison here. Thank you for showing up for day 4 of our 30-day Yoga Asana challenge. And I am excited to share today's practice with you. It is actually focused on breathing, also known as Pranayama, breathing techniques. And the pose that we'll be doing today is actually our easy seat. So go ahead and get into your easy seat or crisscross applesauce or some sort of seated position that is comfortable for you to sit in for a while. I know that easy seat can be really tough on people's hips. So if you prefer to sit on your lower legs, on your shins, on your feet, you want your tops of your feet flat to the ground, if this is more comfortable for you. Whatever is comfortable for you is how I would like you to be sitting for this pose. You can also do it in a chair. If you'd rather just sit on a chair and have your feet on the ground, that totally works and is totally okay. Find what your body wants to experience. Do not force yourself to do anything that is uncomfortable. So, how we practice this pranayama breathing technique called nadi shodhana is you can make a shaka with your hands, shaka for Hawaii, where I'm at right now, or you can just bring down the two first fingers, the pointer finger and the middle finger, and you're going to bring them down to your palm. And see, for me, like my ring finger wants to go down with them. So sometimes I'll just do it with my shaka, with my thumb and my pinky. Or if you want to, you can kind of keep that pinky and ring finger together and have a little bit more to work with. Whatever's comfortable for you. So if it's a shaka, if it's trying this, whatever works. So having that hand shape, whichever one you chose, you're going to plug one side of your nose. It's also called alternate nostril breathing. So you're going to plug one side of your nose and inhale. Hold your breath, plug that nostril you were just inhaling with and unplug the one that you were plugging. And you're going to exhale through there. And before you change again, you're going to inhale through that same nostril. And so every time after you inhale, you plug and you switch. And you exhale through the opposite. And after you exhale, you breathe in. And every time after you breathe in, you plug it, unplug, and exhale through the alternate nostril. Then you inhale. Plug it, unplug, alternate nostril, exhale. And you can do this pranayama breathing, alternate nostril breathing for as long as you want. As long as your body is jamming to it and enjoying it, please do it as long as you are able to. And treat yourself to some good breath, some good oxygen. Alternate nostril breathing is really an incredible technique because it uses different sides of our brains and it really requires us to be in the present moment, thinking about how am I doing this right? Like it's not an easy or simple breathing technique. Like it requires like you to think about what your fingers are doing, what your nose is doing. Wow, there are just massive waves off in the distance here in Kauai today. It is winter time and the swell is huge. Squirrel. But yeah, so it's really grounding. It really brings the body, mind, and spirit into the present moment, which is always great, especially if we're experiencing anxiety or stress or panic. Doing practices like this that bring your body into the present moment and really get you thinking about what you are doing in your body can be super grounding and shift our nervous system out of the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight, into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. I think of it as paradise, parasympathetic, paradise like where I'm at right now. Parasympathetic nervous system, so grounding, breathing deeply into the belly, getting all that oxygen into the bloodstream, oxygenating the body. It's good stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed this alternate nostril breathing today, and that it brings you all the peace and groundedness that you need. One other thing that I think I should share with you is that maybe you can't breathe through your nostrils. And I coulda, shoulda, woulda said that right at the start of this video, but I didn't, and I apologize. But if you've just been frustrated throughout this entire video being like, my nose is plugged up on one side, or completely, I apologize if that is the case. I'm sorry if your nose is all stuffed up. But if you are able to breathe through one nostril and only one, which is super common, I recommend doing a box breathing technique. And if you've never heard of box breathing before, that is when you breathe in for 4 seconds, and it's all through your nose. And so you'll be breathing through the one nostril that is able to breathe. And you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold that breath for 4 seconds, you exhale that breath for 4 seconds, and you hold it out for 4 seconds. And then you repeat that breathing in, holding, breathing out, holding 4 times. And you can move your finger in the shape of a box if that's helpful for you. And it doesn't have to be 4 seconds. It can be 3 seconds. It can be 5 seconds. Whatever's comfortable to your body. The point of box breathing is to regulate the breathing. And so you are breathing in for the same amount of time that you are holding it, for the same amount of time that you are exhaling it, for the same amount of time that you are holding again. And it really calms the body. It calms the mind. That's my favorite way to actually start the day when I'm teaching elementary school. I do box breathing with my students. It grounds us. It brings us into the present moment. And we can do it anytime. And it doesn't have to only be 4 times. You can keep going. You can box breathe forever, as often as you want, anytime, anywhere. Oxygen is free. For now. Who knows? I'm just kidding. Yeah, so treat yourself to that good oxygen and that good breathing, that good pranayama. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 5. Mahalo and namaste.